Okay, welcome to my class of additional mathematics. Today's lesson, we are looking at this question, which is actually driven from the past paper 2024, paper 2 GCE. Okay, and this question is under calculus, following the topic coverage that we have. So a particle starts from rest at O and moves in a straight line so that t, which is time, seconds, measured in seconds, later, its velocity, v, okay, meters per second, is given by velocity is equals to negative t squared plus 2t, comma, given that the particles comes at instantaneously rest at q. Find the a, time taken to reach q, b, acceleration of q, b, that is b, then c, distance or q, the distance between o q, okay, from the origin. This is c. So we have three questions. Okay, so now what is it that we are supposed to do for us to find the time taken to reach q from origin? Here, there are key words that you are supposed to understand when you are given this type of questions in mathematics, additional mathematics to be particular. So now, there is a new word here which is instantaneously. So you cannot go on by answering this minus understanding this word, instantaneously. What does this word mean? So that particular particle comes at instantaneously rest at q. So instantaneously simply means when an object or a particle, like the one which they have mentioned in this particular question, comes to instantaneous rest, it means the velocity there is equal to 0. Okay, the velocity is equal to what? To 0. So at instantaneous rest, the object, the particle, anything that is in motion, when it reaches at this particular rest called the instantaneously, it means the velocity there is equal to what? To 0. That is what it means. So now, as we are now going to calculate time taken between point O to Q, according to the question. So now that you have understood this term, it will be very easy for us to find that, okay? So what we are going to do here is we are going to get the one which we are given, velocity is equals to negative t squared plus 2t. So here we need to find the value of t because t representing what? Time. So once we get the value of t here, that will be our time. Okay, so now we are saying, since according to the statement that we have, first let me write this one. Let me bring it down here. Then thereafter, I'm going to interpolate it pertaining to the word that we have. So I said in my preamble that the instantaneous rest simply means the particle, the velocity there is equals to 0. So we are given this, which is velocity. So where there is v there, we are going to put 0. Okay, so we are going to say t, negative t squared plus 2t equals, this time we are going to put this v this side, so it will be 0. That is now instantaneous 3. Okay, then from there we are going to move on. Okay, what is it that we are going to do for us to find the value of t here? Okay, because our area of interest want to find the value of t, which is time. Okay, so here we are going to say now, we first of all factorize this one. We can factorize how? The common factor here is t, so we are going to put t there. Okay, then I can even say negative t, it's fine. Then open bracket there. Okay, then here we are remaining with t, then minus 2. Okay, equals what? 0. So we have just factorized the equation that we are given there. Okay, so negative t outside, then t minus 2. Then from there, we are now going to group them. So we are going to say negative t is equals to 0, or t, which is inside the bracket there, t minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so here we are going to say over negative 1 over negative 1. When we cancel, t here is equals to what? 0. Then this side, t minus 2 is equals to 0. So t is equals to 0 plus 2. Then t is equals to 2 seconds. Okay, here 0 seconds. So now you have seen, we have got two answers there. Okay, now when we get back to the question, we are saying this particular particle started from what? Rest. So when something is at rest, time is equals to 0. Okay, so this time is for when it was at rest. Now the time which actually it took for it to reach what? Point Q is 2 seconds. Okay, so we have answered A. Then we come to B. B says acceleration of Q. So now the acceleration. How do we find acceleration in this case? Mathematically, actually what we do here, first of all, you need to understand what a velocity is, and acceleration, also displacement. So in this case, velocity is the change of rate, okay, of displacement with time. Then acceleration is the change of rate of velocity with time. So when finding acceleration, for us to find the acceleration, we need to differentiate the velocity. Okay, you know how to differentiate. Okay, we looked at that the time when I introduced cubic functions in syllabus D mathematics. So we looked at that. So here what we are going to do, since we are given the velocity, it is very easy for us to find acceleration, because what we are going to do is to just differentiate this one. The answer that we are going to get will be our acceleration. Okay, and it will be very easy for us to find now the actual. Why? Because we have already found the time. Okay, because as we are differentiating here, we are differentiating with respect to t. Okay, so now this is the velocity that we are given. So acceleration, this is b. Let me write b here. B. So acceleration is equals to, we are going to differentiate this one. So 2, when it comes that side, to be negative 2t, then plus 2. Okay. So now that you have differentiated the velocity that we have, we are now going to substitute according to the values that we are given. So this time we are very much interested with the time which we are using, the 2 seconds. So where there is t, we are going to put 2 seconds. So 2 minus 2, negative 2 times, where there is t, we are going to put 2. Then plus 2. So negative 2 times 2, the answer is negative 4. Okay. Negative 4 plus 2. Okay, so negative 4 plus 2, the answer is negative 2 meters per second squared. So that is the units for acceleration. Okay, so it means we have found acceleration. Then we come to the last part of our question, which is C, distance or Q. The distance between these 2 points from origin to Q. Okay, where a particle ended. So now here, how do we find distance now? Distance, that is displacement. So we are going to represent distance by S is equals to. So for distance, we need to integrate the velocity. Okay, we need to integrate this one. That is when we are going to find distance. That's how it is. So for distance, when you are given these questions, just know that if you are given velocity or acceleration, you need to integrate that. Okay, for you to find distance. So we are going to integrate this one. How do we integrate it? So we are going to say this is negative 2 t, negative t squared plus 2t. Okay, because remember we are trying to find the distance between those 2 points. When we are already given the time we have already found, so it will be very easy for us to substitute and do the needful. Okay, so now how we integrate? We are going to say negative t power 3 over 3 plus, this is negative or 2 t power 2 over 2. It means we have integrated. Okay. So what is happening here now? Remember, integration is just the opposite of differentiation. So what we are doing here is that the power that we have, we are going to add a 1. Okay, increased by 1. Then that new power we have found is the one that we are going to divide with the same term. This is what is happening. Here we have power 2. So when we add 1, it will be 3. So 3, that is the one which is there. So that same 3 over the same term. It means we have differentiated that term. Plus, this is what we've done even to the next one. This is 2t. So on top there, remember we have a 1, power 1. So 1 plus 1, it is 2, which is this one. Then this same 2 over is the one that you are supposed to divide by. Okay, so this is what is happening. Now, from there, we can simplify further. Here we have negative t power 3 over 3. Then plus, this 2 can go into 2t. So 2 into 2t, we are going to have t squared into 2t squared. The answer will be this one, because this will cancel each other. Okay. Having now found the integration, the integral, okay? So since we have the limits here, remember we are integrating with respect to what? To t. So we have the limits, we have t is equals to 0 and t is equals to 2. So this 2 is going to be our upper limit, okay? And this one will be our lower limit. So we are going to put this one into integral what? Integral form now. So the limits, there are 2 on top, which is the upper limit, then 0 down there, which is the lower limit. So we can put this one like this now. Okay, so I think what I'll do is, let me write it down properly. Okay, not just from there. Okay, so this is the one that you have come up with. So now I mean we are going to put the integral symbol. Then we put 2 there, which is these 2. Upper limit, then down here, lower limit. Then we open the bracket, we put now the 1, the integrand now. Okay, over 3 plus, or power 3, plus t squared. Okay, t squared. Then from there, we can do the needful. What are we going to do now from here? We are going to say, this is the one. We remove this integral now, integral symbol. So t squared, or t power 3 over 3, then plus t squared. Okay, so top 2, down there we have 0. Okay, so now the way we find here, the way we substitute. So we are going to substitute the first, okay, the first equation, this one. The first part we substitute by 2, then minus, okay? We substitute this same one by 0. Then the answer that we are going to get will be our distance between the 2 points. That is how we are going to move. So what am I trying to say? I am going to say here now, let me use this part, okay? So I'm substituting. The upper limit there is what? Here the upper limit is, we have 2 on top, that is our upper limit. So I am going to substitute. We have t. So while there is t, I need to put 2. Okay. So 2 power 3 over 3, then plus t squared. What is our t squared there? Remember, 2 is the one that we are going to put where there is t, then square. Okay. Okay, so minus. Then this same one, we substitute a 0. So where there is negative there, negative 0 power 3 over 3, then plus, then t there, we are going to put a 0 squared. Okay, so I have substituted according. Okay, then from there we can simplify further so that we come up with the final answer. When we simplify this one, what are we going to have? We are going to have negative 8 over 3, then plus 4. Okay, remember minus. This is 0, this is 0. So everything here is 0. So minus 0. Okay, so when we subtract a 0 there, we are going to remain with the first expression, which is negative 8 over 3. Okay, plus 4. So let us find common denominator here is what? 3. Okay? So 3 into 3 is 1 times negative 8 there, negative 8. Then plus 1 into 3, 3 times 4, 12. Okay? 12. Then from there, this is when we subtract there, we are going to have 4 over 3. Negative 8 plus 12 is 4. 4 over 3. So 4 over 3, so our distance is equals to 4 over 3 meters. Okay? So this was the distance between point Q or point O to point Q. Thank you so very much for paying a particular attention. I'll give you an exercise in our discussion group. Thank you.